Hello, Jack Middleton, the Empowered Vegan here, and in this video we're making a vegan Irish stew. Welcome back to the Empowered Vegan YouTube channel, and if you're new here and you'd like to receive weekly recipes and tips on how to elevate the way you eat, then you're going to want to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you get notified when I post a video. So this week we're going to be making a hearty Irish stew. We're going to be using a tall can of stout to really bring out the classic bitterness of this dish. So first things first, let's chop up all of our veggies. Next, you can add in some of your seasonings. You can add in your thyme, bay leaves, garlic, and pepper, and cook it out for about another minute. Once you can really smell those ingredients, add in your tomato paste. Then you can add in your miso paste. Mix it in well. Let that cook out for about another 30 seconds. Then you can add in your flour. At this point, you really want to stay with your pot. Once you add in the flour, it will start drying out the pan and sticking to the bottom. So you want to make sure that you're there to move it around so that it doesn't stick and burn. Once you've toasted the flour out a little bit, then you can add in your tall can of beer. Use the beer to deglaze the bottom of the pan and lift off whatever toasted flour has started to stick to the bottom. So just like when you're cooking with wine, you want to cook the boozy flavor out of the beer. So what you're going to do at this point is you are going to turn it up to medium-high and you're going to let that beer simmer away and let that alcohol evaporate off. Once the beer is reduced down nicely and it doesn't have that boozy flavor anymore, then you can start adding your other liquids to the pan. Add in your tamari and your stock and mix those around until they've combined nicely with the liquids in the pot. Now you can drop the heat down to a simmer and let that bubble away until all of your veggies are fully cooked and nice and soft. You can check the potatoes to know if everything's done. Once the potatoes are fully cooked, you are good to go. Now, one of my favorite ways to eat this stew is with a big hunk of sourdough bread, and I would highly recommend that as a side to go with this dish. stewy, perfect dish for this time of year, perfect dish for this kind of weather, and also so easy to make. This is one of my favorite winter dishes. To me, it's comforting, it's delicious, it's hearty, it fills me up, it just hits all of my bases. But I'd like to know, what are your favorite winter foods? What are your go-tos? What are the things that you get excited for as soon as it starts getting cold, or when we're in the dead of winter? What are those dishes that really make your heart sing? Comment below and let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.